Good morning, traders, and welcome to the opening trade. I'm Ayla. Is it working? Good morning. All right. Before we get started, don't forget to first read and understand our disclosures found by both link and text in the description of this video. All right. So before we get started here, let's take a look at our current SIM account balance. All right. So here we are, simulated opening trade. Here's what we're starting with. These last two columns will change if our four automated trading systems fire off today if the parameters are met. So let's take a look at the back test results from the previous 90 days. We will possibly see these systems trade later in this live stream. So the first one we're going to look at, okay, hold on, I have my chart for empty. Let's try this again. Bear with me. I'm having an empty chart. Everything is, it's not loading the real and historical. Oh, no, everything before was empty. All right, so first one here is going to be for the NQ, which is the NASDAQ futures. Here you see the 90-day date range, the max drawdown, the gross loss, gross profit, total net profit. Here we have the S&P 500. So here's your 90-day date range, max drawdown, gross loss, gross profit, total net profit. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and watching. Greatly appreciate it. Happy Valentine's Day, or uh, for those of you who don't celebrate, happy Tuesday. Here's your 90-day date range, your max drawdown, your gross loss, your gross profit, and your total net profit. And this is for the Russell 2000 futures. And then this last one here is going to be for the Jones, the Dow Jones futures. And here we are, 90-day date range, our max drawdown, our gross loss, our gross profit, and our total net profit. All right, so let's flip through our chart. Here we're looking at the NASDAQ futures. Here's the S&P 500, the Russell 2000 futures, and the Dow Jones futures. All right. Okay. Oh, bear with me. All right. So what did we see for news today? So today is February 14th, and at 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, the NFIB Small Business Index report was released, and then we saw at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time the CPI month over month came out with a 0.5% change. The CPI year over year came out with a 6.4% change, and the core CPI month over month came out with a 0.4% change. What do we have coming up later today at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time? FOMC member Logan speaks. 30 minutes later, FOMC member Harker speaks. And then this afternoon at 2:05 Eastern Standard Time, we have FOMC member Williams speak. All right, so we would like to thank you for watching. We greatly appreciate that. Our systems are automated and they are live when enabled by the user, and they run in the U.S. equities, the U.S. equity futures market. And we have free trials for the automated trading system on our website at theopeningtrade.com. Don't forget to read and understand all associated risks listed on the website and in this video description. The first automated trade we could potentially see today is going to be on the NASDAQ futures. So that is going to be the first chart that we're looking at today. So we have less than 2 minutes before we see potentially that first automated trade fire up. We're going to take a look at the news here. All right. Genius Brands signs content deal with BuzzFeed. Biden to tap Bernstein to economic team, leaving a Fed gap. And Adage Capital Partners GP LLC up share stake in Visa and McDonald's, and cut in Mondelez. I'm not sure how you say that. Gold Resources fiscal quarter one loss widens and revenue falls. Okay, so we have less than a minute before we'll see the first automated trade if the trading indicators are met. And that's going to be in the NASDAQ futures here. All right, oil extends declines as U.S. inflation tops forecast. Bullion Gold Resources acquires over 36,300 hectares for lithium exploration near James Bay. Okay, so the market did just open. We did not see an automated trade on the NASDAQ, which is totally fine. You see right now the NASDAQ just hit the overnight low, and it is going below it. And it also hit the pivot point and is going below it right now. We see that it's gone below the pivot point. It's trying to find some more movement there. All right, let's take a look because the market did open. What are we seeing in our other markets right now? So right now in the S&P 500, it has also hit the pivot point past the overnight low. And it's just, you can see it's steadily going down right there. We're seeing the exact same thing in the Russell 2000 futures. The overnight low and the pivot point, candle is currently well below both. And the last one to take a gander at, and it's not surprising, it seems like it's a trend today. Everyone's going past the overnight low and the pivot point. Now the real question is are they going to stay below the pivot points, or are they going to come back? All right, so what does that mean for us? That means that we have 3 potential trades that will automatically fire off in less than 4 minutes if the parameters for each automated trade for each market is met. So our systems are automated and they are live when they are enabled by the user, and they run in the US equity futures market. And we have free trials to these automated trading systems on our website at theopeningtrade.com. So don't forget to read and understand all associated risks listed on our website and in this video description. All right, so again, we're going to be looking at these charts here, just trying to, you know, get a look. Let's see what's making the market move today. All right, so Vahana Tech Edge acquisition one, or I'm not sure. Roadzen agreed to merge. Roadzen to list on NASDAQ. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Russia diverts diesel exports after EU embargo to Africa, Asia, and STS trades. Refinity data. All right, so let's see here. I'm trying to decide which chart we want to be on. They all are like looking similar, but I think today maybe we'll watch the Russell first. All right, so we have less than 2 minutes. Idaho Strategic Resources drops offer to acquire Westwater Resources. Argentine teachers and doctors down under spiraling prices as inflation nears 100%. Ooh, that's hard. Banco do Brasil shares rise 4.5% after reporting strong Q4 earnings. Get a refresh here. All right. Inflation data unlikely to change path of the Fed policy. Market talk.
Order submitted.
All right, so we have an automated trade just fired off. It was not on the Russell. Where was it? Here, it was on the Dow, and we're also in one on the S&P 500. Okay, so we're going to watch these two automated trades. We're in an automated trade here on the S&P 500. We're also in an automated trade here on the Dow Jones futures. So we are watching this trade here, and we're also, well, I was about to flip off this chart to look at the other trade, but we love green numbers, so we like to watch them, get bigger. It's so much fun. So we need this to go down to the blue line. We need this one on the S&P 500 also to go down to the blue line. All right. So let's take a look here at the news. India to harvest record wheat, rapeseed crop in this year. The U.S. stocks slide after the CPI report, which is what we're watching. Brazil's compost neto, not the time for experiments, but to improve credibility. We're watching right now as Wall Street flips at the open after a mixed inflation data. JANA Partners takes a share stake in Fidelity National Information Services, cuts share stake in Encompass Health. Central Valley Community Bancorp names Averett as permanent CFO. Okay, let's take a look at our other trade here. It is obviously turned around, which is wonderful because last time we looked at it, this is not a nice number. All right. MW Boeing to sell Air India more than 200 planes, Biden announces. Adage Capital Partners, GP LLC, they're cutting their stakes in Delta Airlines and Johnson & Johnson. Natural gas is up 5% as Freeport LNG resumes exports, which is only to be expected. Gas is moving and people are buying it, right? All right, Biden hails historic Air India Boeing airplane order, which we just talked about. The Toronto Stock Exchange fell at the open. Adage Capital Partners, GP LLC, dissolves share stake in Chevron Immersion Electric and takes in Ferrari, NV, and Ralph Lauren. Adage is all the news today. All right, let's take a look. What we like to see. All right. So the dollar slides to a 2-week low after the U.S. inflation data report. Adage Capital Partners, GP LLC, ups its share stake in Salesforce. All right, so Adage Capital is doing a bunch of stuff today, obviously. They're every other headline. Excuse me. Commodities are mixed after the CPI report, and the Fed seen raising rates to 5.1%, and then, air quotes, maybe stopping. In Mode's Q4 earnings, revenue rise provides 2023 guidance, and shares gain pre-bell. Take a look at our other trade. We're currently in 2 automated trades. All right, Tesla employees in New York State launched unionization campaign. Avidity Biosciences gets FDA orphan designation for AOC 1020. All right, I think that caught us up there. Nope. What's new? Yes, that did catch us up. All right, so let's take a look at. Let's take a look at these 2 automated trades. We're watching here the S&P 500. We want it to turn around. We also have an automated trade going here on the Dow.
Order filled.
All right, so
Order filled.
the S&P stopped out It was not a winner today, unfortunately. And we are, nope, they both stopped out. All right, so we are no longer in any automated trades. Our automated trades have taken place for the day. So what do we have in our simulated account after paying our fees? All right, 1 second here. Oh, goodness. And bear with me. I'm not left-handed. All right. So we saw two automated trades fire off. They did not win, unfortunately, but that's all right. After this is what we saw after paying fees. Again, fees are determined by your provider, so look to them for your fee schedule. All right, so we will be here tomorrow to watch the automated trades fire off if they do fire off. All right, so what do we have coming up this the rest of this week for news that we need to be aware of? So we already talked about all the people who are going to speak this afternoon, but tomorrow, what are we looking at for tomorrow? So tomorrow, we need to be aware that at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time, the core retail sales month-over-month report is being released. And then the Empire State Manufacturing Index will be released, and the retail sales month-over-month report will be released. At 9:15 Eastern Standard Time, the capacity utilization rate and the industrial production month-over-month reports will be released. At 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow, we will see the business inventories month-over-month and the NAHB Housing Market Index report being released as well. Half an hour later, it's 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, we have the crude oil inventories report. And then in the afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we're going to see the TIC long-term purchases report being released. So what else this week is actually big news? The other big news coming out this week will be on Thursday when the core PPI month over month and the PPI month over month is released at 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. All right, don't forget to like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. Um, We have free trials to automated trading systems on our website at theopenatrade.com. The great thing about these trials is that they are utmost user friendly, so you can tweak them to fit however you see. So make sure you understand and read all associated risks listed on our website and in this video description. Let's see if there's anything left in the news. Let's flip through here, take a look at these charts. All right, so not much new news, so let's see if there's anything. Full Gen X says FDA declines to review NDA for cancer drug Hybrite, and shares tumble after the Hulk. Baltic Index slumps as capsize sees worst dip in 6 months. Bicycle Therapeutics says partial response in breast cancer patient observed in BT 8009 trial. Wells Fargo CFO says expect things to continue to get a little worse on the economy. Gold rises as the dollar weakens, with U.S. January inflation rising more than expected but slows from December. Adage Capital Partners, GP dissolves share stake in American Airlines and Honeywell, and up in American Express. So what, they're dropping like travel and picking up retail, it seems to me, per their headlines that I've read this morning. All right, what else are we seeing here? Healthcare stocks are flat to a higher pre-market today. Let's see here. Ivanhoe Electric update for Santa Cruz project being positive. Intacure says filed lawsuit against Can Pharmaceuticals to recover funds following a failed merger. Ooh, that's rough. It is rough. That always really bites to have to go after somebody for something they promised you. Yeah, that's a tough one. All right, Ardmore Shipping swings to quarter four adjusted earnings and the revenue rises. I personally like to see the final, you know, reports instead of projected reports, because so much can happen if it was wrong, right? So let's see here. Nope. Yep. Franklin Electric quarter four earnings are down and revenue is higher. Issues this year's outlook. Shares rise and the dollar slips after more benign U.S. inflation data. Cartier Resources details drill results from East Chimo mine sector. All right. U.S. stock futures gyrate with the CPI data. Obviously, that is old. Let's go back and refresh here. We'll just take one quick view peek. Air India is adds to jet log jam. So Wabtec boosts dividend by 13% and share repurchase program to 750 million. National Bank says Ritchie Brothers quarter four preliminary results in line. All eyes on the March vote on the IAA deal. And Johnson & Johnson Talc unit faces bankruptcy hearing Tuesday. Hopefully you were not one of those babies slathered in talcum powder. Hopefully everyone's okay. All right, so that's it. Happy Valentine's Day. Everybody have a great day. We'll be here tomorrow to watch the automated trading systems from the openingtrade.com. As long as the parameters are met. All right, so have a great day. I'm Ayla. And my camera went out, so awesome.